Ha! You just got clickbaited, you bitch. Yeah, I bet some of you were just ready to plop down your keyboard, type in a bunch of flurries of comments against me about your Jimin Opars and your Suga Opars listening to that soundtrack of his or his rap album or whatever while you're just busting a fat nut. Okay, so obviously that was a joke. I hope it was obvious to some of you. But anyway, the reason why I'm making this video is because basically I made a TikTok like a while back and I was talking about how there's a lot of videos out there and like compilation videos out there of people saying that these are the best Korean rappers out there like now. And a lot of these lists don't have actual Korean hip hop artists, and they mostly just have idols or people who used to be idols, or these people are just good looking in general. And I just feel like those lists are not about Korean hip hop in general. Like, no offense to K-pop idol rappers and all that, but I genuinely think they are not real hip hop. Like, they're not real rappers. If anything, like the lines that they do make or like the verses that they do make, they're kind of generic. Like, they follow like a basic rhythm. It's like da 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 da, or like there's like some sort of build up happening while they're rapping like really fast or like trying to rap really fast, and it just seems very plain and generic to me. Now, this doesn't mean that all K-pop idol rappers are bad. A lot of former idols actually went on to become very successful hip-hop artists. Like, there's the obvious choices like Jay Park and Zico. They used to be parts of K-pop groups and they became very successful hip-hop artists. There's also examples like B.I. and Bobby from the K-pop group iKON. They're very successful. There's Mino from Winner, I believe. He's very successful as a solo hip-hop artist by himself. So, obviously this doesn't apply to all idol rappers, but there are a few exceptions out there. But now that that's all cleared up, I want to give you guys some recommendations on Korean hip hop artists that you guys should listen to that are obviously not K-pop idols or people who aren't like that well known for like being good looking or whatever. And I can also try to give like an American comparison to them. In my opinion, I think American hip hop is still king. Obviously that's where hip hop originated from. But ironically though, I guess like I could say that like I do listen to a lot more Korean hip hop than I do American hip hop, but still I think American hip hop is king mainly because, well, it originated there and you can't really beat originals. But I'm just getting sidetracked at this point here. But yeah, so I'd like to give some recommendations, and I can give you like a comparison to like an American counterpart or something. If you enjoy like a certain American rapper, I think you will enjoy this Korean rapper. So I'm going to try and throw out like some artists also that are not as well known in America as other people. I feel like, artists like DPR Live, DPR Ian, Simon Dominic, Zico, like those people, J Park obviously as well, are very well known in America. So I have a feeling that I don't really need to give those recommendations out, but I will give, like, these are big artists in Korea as well, and I'd like to shed some light on them as well and give them the spotlight that they deserve in the global audience. Okay, so the first recommendation I'm going to give is, I feel like he's also pretty well known throughout the world, but I don't know, I just feel like I don't really see his name out like on those lists or like recommended for some reason. So what I'm going to throw out there is shekkster. So if you like artists who make really good use of auto-tune and have really nice beats, and well, I feel like Travis isn't really known for his lyrics, but good lyrics and good rhymes and rhythms and all that, then I would suggest shekkster to you. He's, in my opinion, the Korean version of Travis. So to get you started on some shekkster tracks, the songs that I would recommend, these are pretty old songs, but still I think they're some of his best, are Shibar, Fire, and Party. Now, if you really want really fast, I can't say really that fast, rappers, then I would recommend Justice and Cho. Now, Justice is known for a lot of his like hateful kinds of raps in a way where like he has very intense emotions within his lyrics, and he's also known for his fast lyricism. Yeah, if you like those kinds of songs, I think I guess he could be like the Korean version of Eminem in a sense, because he does have a lot of words about the hip hop industry and how hip hop has been going in Korea for a lot of people, and he also kind of likes to flex a lot. So yeah. But yeah, for Justice, I would recommend That Ain't Real, Gone, and Sun Goes Down. He has a lot of really fast raps, and if you enjoy fast raps, well, there you go. As for Cho also burst into the scene because he was very well known for really fast raps as well. And it was to the point where like sometimes you can't really even understand what he's saying because it's well, you can't understand because I don't think like you can process what he's saying that fast, but every word that he throws out there is very enunciated. So that's all clarifying it out. So the songs I recommend by Cho Bang-il are Acrobat. That's the song he really blew up for, I think. Dark Adaptation and Grow Back. Those are some really nice songs. I think he's also a lot more into punk rock kind of, well, not punk rock, well, like rockish kind of style rap. So if you guys are also into that, have a listen. If you like contemporary hip hop, then you should listen to Ash Island. Ash Island was very much well known during one of Korea's popular hip hop shows called High School Rapper. And that's where he blew up. He got a lot of sensation and a lot of fame through that show because of his good lyrics, his nice use of trap beats, and overall very good melody later on in his career. So if you want to get into Ash Island, the 3 songs I recommend are Wonder, Melody, and Nightmare. Nightmare is one of his earliest songs, with Wonder being one of his later songs, and you can definitely see a huge difference, but honestly, I like his music overall, and yeah. Now, if you're into a lot of rap that has a lot of bass, like deep bass or a funky jazz kind of type, then I think you would really like BY. Now, BY is one of the biggest rap artists in Korean history, mainly because, well, of his very unique style overall. He showcased this very unique style a lot when he was on Korea's biggest rap show. The show is canceled now, but I don't know if they're ever going to make any more seasons, but on Korea's biggest rap show, Show Me the Money. On season 5, he was the winner for just how great his lyrics were. They were pretty deep, meaningful, and also just how great his unique flow was. Literally in one song that he had like 3 different beats played, and it was kind of insane watching that. So yeah, if you're looking for that kind of unique style, I would say listen to these 3 songs, or like recommend these 3 songs, Forever, Celebration, and Kadasade. Those are some really great songs of his, and I hope you guys enjoy those. Now, I haven't really listened to a whole lot of Jid, but of the songs that I did listen to, he has like a very hoppy kind of, it's like very jumpy kind of flow in all of his songs, with some very nice beats overall. And so if I were to put someone like very close to that, this could be a very hot take, but I think Kid Millie, the Korean artist, is very similar to Jid in style. So if you are fans of Jid, I think you would really much like Kid Millie. So Kid Millie blew up, I think, back in like 2017 or something, with a lot of great songs, and his song that blew him up the most was Why Do Fuckboys Hang Out on the Net? That's one of the songs I'm going to recommend for you. The other 2 songs that I would recommend is Freestylin' and Benzo. He has some really nice flow, he has great use of beats, and also he has a philosophy of trying to produce a lot of songs as much as he can because he's a very hard worker. But overall though, I like his music a lot, very nice style, and again, I would say maybe Jid is like the closest. Again, hot take, but if you guys are fans of Jid, you would definitely like Kid Millie. Now, if you are a fan of K-pop and you are transitioning into K-hip hop, I guess a good way to transition you over is to have you listen to songs by the idols who actually went on to become great hip hop artists. Now, I feel like everybody already knows like Zico, J Park, like those artists, so honestly, I feel like the only one I can really give a great example of is Mino or Mino. The way it's been really said has been pretty different. Both people say Mino or Mino. It doesn't matter, but he is by far, I think, one of the greatest examples that is not as obvious as, Zico or like J Park. So what's so significant about Mino, or I'm just gonna call him Mino from now on, forget about it. And what really blew him up, in my opinion, was, again, going back to Show Me the Money, in Season 4, he was one of the top contenders to be the final grand winner. And that was mainly because, he just had great flow overall, great songs, and really great personality throughout the show. But what also was a huge criticism of him being on the show was also in Season 3, Bobby from iKON was the winner. And so now people thought it was like a whole marketing thing of like, K-pop idols can also be rappers and they can also be hip-hop, blah, 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 and all that stuff. But, he really did well on the season. And he also, made one of the most famous songs in Korean hip-hop history, which was Okie Dokie. So if you guys have not heard that song before, I definitely recommend you listen to it. It kind of goes crazy. It's a good party song, in my opinion. But moving away from that, the songs that I would recommend from Mino to you guys are Tang, Runaway, and I guess I can throw in one from Show Me the Money besides Okie Dokie, and that would be Fear. Fear is it was also very famous for how deep its lyrics were about, his feelings and all that. But yeah, I listed quite a few artists out here. Obviously I can't list a whole lot, but this is a good enough jump and a good enough start, in my opinion, to get you into Korean hip hop. But what I will also add in for this like final segment is collaborations. So in 2018 to 2019, Korea had a trend of basically making collaboration singles or like collaboration songs. And this trend was really huge because a lot of major studios did this. So some of the artists that I mentioned on here are going to be on these collaboration songs, but these are some of the collab songs that I would actually have you listen to or like recommend you listen to. I can't really force you to do anything. So here are some of the collab singles from these labels that I would recommend you guys listen to. First off, from Indigo, we have, well, Indigo, and we also have Higher Gang from Higher Music. We have Band from, Ambition Music. We also have Four Harsh Carls from Four Harsh Carls, yeah. And we have IMJM WDP or IMJM We The Plug. And this is basically 3 different labels who are under the same person, meshed together into one. So there's Indigo Music, Just Music, and We The Plug. That's what those 3 are. But yeah, I hope you guys like these recommendations that I give out. Again, the reason why I made this video is because I just keep seeing a lot of videos out there that don't shed a light on a lot of big Korean hip hop artists. And so, you know, like, they only talk about K-pop idols, and I get, yes, you know, K-pop idols can rap, but honestly, they're just not real hip-hop to me, and I think this list is a much better representation of what Korean hip-hop is. But yeah, again, if you guys are interested in listening to the songs that I recommended, I did put a lot of them in a playlist that the link is in the description below. I made a playlist called Intro to K-Hip-Hop, and then once you guys listen to those, maybe you guys can go and explore on your own and find your own artists that you would like to listen to. But also, while we're on the topic of music and, you know, playlists and whatnot, a subtle plug here. I am planning to release a song pretty soon. I'm pretty sure it may be released by the time this video comes out. But yeah, I'm planning to release a new song. If you guys make it to the ends of my videos, you will know that I do have a music channel as well. And I haven't posted on anything on there lately, but you know, subtle plug again. I just want to see what you guys think about my music as well. So I am planning to release, the link is probably going to be in the description below. And yeah, that's it. Plug is over. Bye-bye.